The coming of the first men. According to the most well-regarded accounts from the Citadel, anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 years ago, in the southernmost reaches of Westeros, a new people crossed the strip of land that bridged the narrow sea and connected the eastern lands with the land in which the children and giants lived. It was here that the first men came into Dorne via the Broken Arm, which was not yet broken. Why these people left their homelands is lost to all knowing, but when they came in force. Thousands entered and began to settle the lands, and as the decades passed, they pushed farther and farther north. Such tales as we have of those migratory days are not to be trusted, for they suggest that within a few short years, the first men had moved beyond the neck and into the north. Yet in truth, it would have taken decades, even centuries, for this to occur. What does seem to be accurate from all the tales, however, is that the first men soon came to war with the children of the forest. Unlike the children, the first men farmed the land and raised up ring forts and villages, and in so doing they took to chopping down the weirwood trees, including those with carved faces, and for this the children attacked them, leading to hundreds of years of war. The first men, who had brought with them strange gods, horses, cattle, and weapons of bronze, were also larger and stronger than the children, and so they were a significant threat. The hunters among the children, their wood dancers, became their warriors as well, but for all their secret arts of tree and leaf, they could only slow the first men in their advance. The Greenseers employed their arts, and tales say that they could call the beasts of marsh, forest, and air to fight on their behalf. Direwolves and monstrous snow bears, cave lions and eagles, mammoths and serpents, and more. But the first men proved too powerful, and the children are said to have been driven to a desperate act. Legend says that the great floods that broke the land bridge that is now the Broken Arm and made the neck a swamp were the work of the Greenseers, who gathered at Moat Cailin to work dark magic. Some contest this, however. The first men were already in Westeros when this occurred, and stemming the tide from the east would do little more than slow their progress. Moreover, such power is beyond even what the Greenseers are traditionally said to have been capable of, and even those accounts appear exaggerated. It is likelier that the inundation of the neck and the breaking of the arm were natural events, possibly caused by a natural sinking of the land. What became of Valyria is well known, and in the Iron Islands, the castle of Pike sits on stacks of stone that were once part of the greater island before segments of it crumbled into the sea. Regardless, the children of the forest fought as fiercely as the first men to defend their lives. Inexorably, the war ground on across generations, until at last the children understood that they could not win. The first men, perhaps tired of war, also wished to see an end to the fighting. The wisest of both races prevailed, and the chief heroes and rulers of both sides met upon the Isle in the God's Eye to form the pact. Giving up all lands of Westeros, save for the deep forests, the children won from the first men the promise that they would no longer cut down their weirwoods. All the weirwoods of the isle on which the pact was forged were then carved with faces, so that the gods could witness the pact, and the order of green men was made afterwards to tend to the weirwoods and protect the isle. With the pact, the dawn age of the world drew to a close, and the age of heroes followed.